Witches. My name is Jackie and today is July 13th, 2022, and it has been a long time since I've shot a video, and I have done quite a bit of stitching and other things, but today I'm just going to share a WIP parade. Since it's been so long, it's been 3 months since I shot a video, I thought maybe a WIP parade would be a good idea to get you caught up on everything that I have and see WIPs that I've worked on currently and some that I have not worked on at all, and it's mid-year and why haven't I picked those up? I don't understand. I should have taken care of that by now, but it's like a squirrel. Every time I see something, I get distracted from any plan that I make. I can make no plan whatsoever without having the squirrel effect where either a pattern will come up or a Flosstube video, somebody will show something and I'm like, I have that, let me go work on that, or I see a new pattern pop up. It's one thing after another. So we'll see how I've gotten. If you've watched me previously, you'll maybe recognize some of these items. Some of the items you may have never seen before because you haven't been watching me that long, or I haven't shown them for that long that you have no clue that I even had that thing going. So let's get started. So the first one, and I'll start off right away and say that I have 23 current WIPs. I may have 24 or 25, I don't know. I have 23 sitting in front of me, and that's what I'm going to show you today. If I happen to come across anything else after I shoot this video, I'll include it in my regular update video that hopefully will come out next week. So the first WIP I'm going to show you is my oldest WIP. It is from December 28th, 2017, and I'm going to be looking down at my notes because I had to write myself notes to do this. And it is the Early American series by Little House Needlework. So it is a series of 9 patterns from Little House Needleworks, and I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I still don't have it done, right? So close to 5, 4.5 years. So I have 6 more months, and I'll be 5 years, and I haven't finished this. And this is not a lot. This is not a lot of stitches. This isn't full coverage or anything. I don't know what I'm waiting on. So I really need to get this done. So this is where I'm at with it. I am currently on block number 7. I have skipped over block number 5 because I didn't know if I was going to do the center as it's charted or I'm going to do it different. I figured I'd figure that out at the end. That's a lot of figuring, I know. And this is done on a 32 count San Lugana, and it's all the called for colors. I am stitching the borders, the Vanna Pfeiffer border, which is this patriotic banner border that is from Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. You can get that free on her blog. And then, so I'm doing the border here and the borders around each of the designs 2 over 2. The rest of the stitching inside the frames are 1 over 2. So I'm really loving this piece. I need to get it done. 5 years is way too long. This needs to get done. I don't know why I can't pick it up and get at least 1 block done a month until it's done. But maybe this time, maybe by the next month or 2, I can get that on my list and get it taken care of. This is another one that's been, again, second oldest WIP. This is Miss Christmas Eve by Mirabilia. This is the pattern for her. And again, she is almost done. Almost done. And I'm sorry about the shaking. I can't control that. And all I need to do is do a little more of the, I'll lose my list here. A little more of the back stitching and then the beads. And I think it's the beads that are just kind of freaking me out. It's a lot of beads. And she's so pretty. This is a 32 count opalescent linen that I hand dyed myself. And she is almost finished. She's got some back stitching on her top part of her body, her arms and her face. And then she has the beads. And I put her on the scroll rod so that I could do the beads, and I keep avoiding it. So I'm not sure what that is because I've done beading before, but for some reason I have a hard time starting to do her beading, and I need to just get the back stitching done first and then go on and do the beading. Even if I do a little bit a week, I need to get that done. I would love to have her done by Christmas, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So she is being done with the call for flosses, and she is 2/2. My next one, number 3, is Mr. Jingles. Now, I started Mr. Jingles in October 29, 2021. He is a kit. He is from Diane Arthurs from Imaginating. This is what he's going to look like. And he is quite tall. So he is being stitched on 11 count Aida. And I believe the 11 count Aida, just the stitching alone for him, is 14 inches tall. So he's 6.5 across, 14 inches tall, and that doesn't include his legs, his little feet, and the platform that he's on. So he is just so stinking cute. I love snowmen. And I'm looking forward to getting him done. My problem with him is he's on 11 count Aida. So it takes 4 strands to do him. And it's a lot of stitching because it's such big stitching. So there he is. That's where he's at right now. So this is the top part of his sweater right here. I haven't put the blue around it. This is all his sweater. These are his 2 hands with the cuffs to his sweater. And this was my car stitch piece. Every time I went to lunch, I would stitch a little bit on Mr. Jingles. And I took him out of my car for a while, and I think I need to put him back because it is 11 count Aida, so it is quite easy to see. So maybe I need to make him my car piece again. So I'm thinking about throwing him back in the car. But that's Mr. Jingles. He was a kit that I got at in eBay. So I had spotted him in eBay and had purchased him for a great deal. And then I turned around and bought a second one because I want to change Mr. Jingles and I want to make a Mrs. Jingles too. If I ever get him done, that would be great. And then I can go and do Mrs. Jingles. But again, I can't seem to get him done. And I'm going to change it up a little. I'm going to change the sweater on him and his face. And I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to stitch his nose like this. I think I'm going to do a 3D nose for Mr. Jingles and Mrs. Jingles, which I think would be adorable, to do a 3D nose with it sticking out instead and stitch it onto his face. And then do Mrs. Jingles maybe in a sweater that's pinks and tans, kind of match his, but instead of blue and tan, it'll be pink and tan. Make her a little fluffier or make her a little different. We'll figure it out. But let's see if I can get him done first. So that was number 3. Number 4 is Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. I didn't. It's my filing cabinet right here. Hold on. Do I have it in there or do I have it in her bag? No, I have the picture in her bag and it's buried because I took everything out of the bags. So I'm sorry. Everybody knows what Lady of the Flag looks like. So this is done on a 32 count We the People fabric. This is from Fabric Flair. And this is where I'm at with her. So the last time you guys saw it, I didn't have any of this blue in here. So I started putting in the blue of the flag. You can see the stars in it. And then, again, I lost, and I think I pulled this out on Memorial Day maybe and stitched on it. It was a USA holiday. It wasn't 4th of July, but it was probably Memorial Day. But again, she's not getting very far. She was started on 9/11 of 2018, and she's still not done. Like everybody else, sorry. I got Flosstube itchy nose. Of course, I always do when I do these. She is doing, I'm doing her 2/2 with all the called for DMC. Number 5 is Blue Jays by Crosswing Collection. I started this on my birthday this past year, December 31st, 1919. I'm going to give you my date of birth. That ain't going to work. I didn't start this in 19-something. December 31st, 2021. So I am doing, this is it, it's called Backyard Favorites number 6, Crosswing, and I'm doing the Blue Jays. We have blue jays in our yard, and I'm trying to get this one done. So I started it. I made quite a bit of progress on Mrs. Blue Jay, or it could be Mr. tending the baby. We don't want to be misinforming anybody of what the gender of the bird is. But the parent, I've got most of the parent done, and I haven't started any of the rest of this yet. And again, every time I look at this, I'm like, I need to pull this out. This is being done on a 36 count flax linen, stitching 2/2. And look at how beautiful he is. He is just stunning. Can you guys see that? Here, let me put the book up because like he's brighter than that. There you go. Isn't it beautiful? Got some of the back stitching done, which is awesome. And every time I look at it, I want to pull it out again. But unfortunately, I have different plans for July, so I cannot. But I absolutely love him. Cannot wait to stitch on it again. So that was number 5. Number 6 is Seasons in Chalk. That is a hands-on design, and I don't have a picture because I have it saved on PDF. This came out of Just Cross Stitch magazine. It was 2016 issues. It was throughout that year, 2016, somewhere in the spring, somewhere in the fall, somewhere in the winter. This is the one that I'm doing currently. It is the Spring Bunny. I'm sure if you watched Helen D, you have seen this on her wall because she has stitched all 4 designs. Oh, you go, Helen, you go. I can't believe you got all 4 of these done. So, but I'm still working on the first one. And I'm going to change up the flowers a little. The flowers that are going around the word spring and down the side are all pink as well. And I think I'm going to do it in a different color. Not sure yet what I'm going to do, but this is how far I've gotten. So I have the bunny and the word spring, and then I started doing the outlines of the flowers. And this is a 32 count charcoal Lugana. I think it's a Zweigart fabric, not positive. But that bunny is oh so cute. And again, another one that really needs to get done. I swear I'm trying to hold off starting anything else new. Okay, I started a couple of new things. But from this moment on, I'm not going to start anything new. Okay, nothing else new until I get some of these done. Some of them are so close to being done. I just need to power through it and get them completed and get them off my list. The next one is Clumsy Witch. This is from Cottage Garden Samplings. And I bought this last year, so I started it September 14, 2021. That's when I probably bought it, just right before that. And this is what she looks like, and I think she's so stinking cute. I know the picture's really bad because of the camera, but it is a PDF, so I don't have a picture to show. And again, she is being done on a piece of 28 count. Picture this plus Mystic, and I'm sure this camera is not going to show how beautiful. Well, yeah, there it is right there. See how dark that fabric is? It is gorgeous. And I love her on this. And so there she is. So she's sitting in midair right now because her broom's not stitched yet. I think I need to do her broom next because like she's sitting on the broom and she's got other things. She's got the black cat on there, she's got the flag, the pumpkins, and I really need to get her stitched on her broom so she's not like floating in midair. But love this fabric. I had saved this for the longest time. Wasn't sure what I was going to put on it. And then this pattern came along and I love the witch. So I picked that for it. So that is number 7. Number 8 is from Mill Hill. It is called We Gather Together. It is from this well sought after book called Autumn Gathering. And I have to tell you, I was like, so surprised to see this come up last week on one of the unload groups, and somebody was selling it for $5. I'm sure every person that's hunting down this pattern would, you know, clutch their pearls because they wanted it, and someone got it. They were very, very fortunate. I saw this on eBay a few weeks back for $174.99. I was floored when I saw that somebody was trying to sell this pattern for that amount of money. I don't know what people are thinking. I don't know what people are thinking. It's an adorable pattern, but it's not worth $174.99. So, but it is adorable. It is this one here with the pilgrims and the Indians, and I enjoy stitching on it. I was fortunate enough to get this pattern because a fellow stitcher knew I was looking for it, sent me a little message and said, hey, I think this particular shop still has this, and I was able to get it, and I was so thrilled. And we actually started it together, and she's finished hers, and but I have not shown it since I put the Indian on. So there it is. So it's got the acorns. I'm going to stand up a little here. It's got the acorns, it's got, starting down the side here, the words, and then I started putting the Indian in. And this is a 28 count moss by Rolanda. She is on Etsy. I hope she's still on Etsy, selling fabrics and flosses. And it is being stitched 2/2, and all the colors are DMC. It does have a boatload of treasures and beads because it is a mill hill. I have not purchased them yet. I know the other person that was stitching it, she had purchased hers, and I'm still weighing and debating if I want to get the mill hill ones or if I want to source them elsewhere, because it was like way too much. It was like $60 or $70 just in beads, and I'm like, no, can't afford that. So that was number 8. Number 9, another one that has sat by the wayside. I started this one in 4/12 of 2020. I was so excited to get this done because I am huge and patriotic. And this one is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. And I had started it on a 36 count piece of bramble that I over dyed to make it darker, because I started fishing. No, I didn't start fishing. I swear I ain't fishing. I started stitching the white to see how it would look on the fabric, the bramble, and I wasn't happy with how it showed up. So I threw some over dyed gray on it and grayed it up a little. And this is my second attempt at this pattern. The first time I did it, I was doing it with, I believe I was doing it with, what's the little ones on the spools? Come on, y'all are screaming at me here. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. You know what? Sulky threads. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody screamed it into my head, so I got it. Sulky petite threads. That's what I originally started on, and I didn't like it because it's 36 count, and it seemed so bulky, and I like the way it looked. So I took it all out, re-steamed and pressed. Oh, I see a little snag here. Re-steamed and pressed it to get all the holes out, and that's a tip I'm going to give you. If you have to pick stitches out of a piece of fabric, and the holes are enlarged, and you want to get them unenlarged. After you pick it out, use your seam fix. The little. Hold on. See if it's even in the container here, because sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. There it is. So I have this little thing called Seam Fix. So it looks like this, has a little rubber tip on it. And you get these at Joann's or anywhere. And you pick all your seams out so it opens up. It's got its little picker there. And then it's got this little rubber piece at the end, and you rub it on, and it takes all the fuzzies, all the color off of your fabric. So this helps to maneuver the holes some and does close them up a little. You do both sides. I do both sides. I do the front of the fabric, I do the back of the fabric. And then I steam the fabric. So I steam it either with a hand steamer to get the holes to close, or I just use a steam iron. And I will do it, if I have stitching on the front, I will do it on the back, and I'll dab a little bit of water or something on the spot that I'm trying to steam, so I don't ruin the floss if I'm using over dyes or I'm using over dye fabric, and just steam it, and it will steam and close up the holes. So that's what I did. And then I started again, and this time I just did it with DMC. And this is where I'm at with it. And again, I'm not overly thrilled with it. I think part of the issue is that I am using a hoop to do it, and the hoop's not getting the fabric tight enough for me to get the stitches, especially when you're stitching lines, to get them perfectly straight and even. And I'm going to have to figure out something else to put this on to get it, I could try a Q-snap and just make a really long Q-snap. I'm not good. I hold in hand anything I'm using. I'm not a scroll person. I'm not usually a Q-snap person because it gets heavy in my hands. And so I use a hoop, and then I purchased a different kind of hoop, and I'll share that when I do the regular video and what my opinion is of that one. I really kind of like it. So I'll share that, but I got to figure out how to make my fabric tighter so that I can make my stitching straighter, and maybe I'll pick this up again. But this is as far as I've gotten with it, and it is just the DMC colors, but it's just oh so gorgeous. And I can't wait to put this on my wall. I really need to pull it out every patriotic holiday. Maybe I can make a point of doing that until I can get full force on it again. So that was number 9. Number 10 was a kit that originally came out from the Silver Needle Stitching Circle, Little Help of Our Friends, and I don't think it's been released yet still. It is a Cricut collection. It's called Edge of the Woods, and I still don't see this anywhere, so I don't think it's been released. It's really difficult to find, and I'm trying to do this little pumpkin square pin pillow. And I finished 2, and I'm doing this on 28 count water lily Lugana, and I finished 2 of the pumpkins on the side, and that's as far as I've gotten. So they're so cute. The middle of them, you see they're both different. One's got stripes, one's got checks. And I think they got different, no, that might be it, stripes and checks, and then the top has like a little checkerboard at the top, which is really cute. So I really want to get this completed as well, but I obviously got distracted when I was trying to do this one and didn't get back to it. So there it is. I got to get 2 more, I think it's 2 more pumpkins done, and I'll have the border one done. I have to do the top. I don't think there's a pattern for the bottom. No, it calls for water lily linen, and I'm using the Lugana instead, which I really like Lugana. It is one of my favorites. As far as not having to deal with slubs or anything else. And when you speak about slubs, let me give you another tip. I have a tip for you next week about slubs and how you can fix them. But I'm not going to share that today. You're going to have to wait and come back next week. Okay, so that was number 10. Let me take a drink. I'm getting this dry throat already. Number 11. I don't think I've shared this at all. I started this. I may have shared this on a video. I can't remember now. I started this in January of this year, January 9, 2022. It is, and I'm going to pull it out of this plastic, Antique Roses Pillow. It is a Thea Governor pattern. It is from the March-April 2006 Just Cross Stitch magazine. And it is such a gorgeous rose pattern that I knew I had to do it. Now this is a copy of it because I have the CDs with all the different patterns on it, and that's what this is printed. And you can see my printer was running out of ink, and I'm not going to redo it. I see no point in wasting more ink to make the picture pretty. But there it is. Absolutely love it. I think I've stitched on this twice so far, which is not very much at all because it has a lot of stitching. But this is it, and it is that, and I'll tell you right now where it's at. It's this center petal right here. That's what I've completed. And this is what it looks like. It's just a petal. I'll also show you normally when I'm stitching, and I'm stitching this on a 36 count antique white. And when I stitch on 36 count, I'll usually do a test. I'll do 1/2 and 2/2 and decide how I like it. So this is being stitched 2/2 on 36 count antique weight. So this is something that I really would like to do probably in the early spring. Work on this one again. My next one, which is number 12, is from Lottie Da. This is the 7 Virtues, and what got me going on this pattern was watching Jennifer from Stitching in the Bluegrass. She was working on this one. When I saw it, I said, oh, I need to do that. That is such a nice pattern that it's something that really interested me. interests me. I don't know, something like that. Okay, words, people. Okay, so there it is. Really like it. I am doing it in my own colors. The fabric is 32 count London Fog Joblin, and I'm using my own color choices for this. And this is where it's at right now. So I've got the border all done. I think it's a double border. It is. It's a double. I got the single border. It has an outside border to it. And I got 1, 2, 3 of the virtues done. Nope, 1, 2, and a third of the virtues done. So again, something I need to pull out and work on. A lot of times I can't take these things with me because I can't see without my magnifier. And it's not a travel magnifier. I've tried different things trying to figure out how to magnify so that I can stitch while I'm out and about, whether it's at work or on my lunch break or if I'm going to a doctor's appointment. And I have tried magnifying glasses. I have tried mag eyes. I've tried different things. I just can't seem to do it without my actual floor magnifier. So, which is a pain. So I can only do it when I'm at home, and most of the time when I get home I'm exhausted, so I don't get much stitching in at all. Okay, so that was number 12. Number 13 is Sleepy Hollow, Glendon Place. I did start this on October 1st, 2021. I wanted to start it in the fall, and I'm sure everybody has seen this pattern. It is absolutely adorable. Well, no, just super cool. Not adorable. Super cool. Super cool. And I love it, and I saw many people stitching this, but the one that sticks out in my head is, oh my gosh, what is her name? She does a vlog style. Who is it, peeps? I can't remember. I can't remember. But she finished hers, and it's just so beautiful. Her son, she gave it to her son. But I can't think of her name. But if I think of it while I'm showing this, I'll blurt it out. And I'm doing this on 32 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. And I will tell you, mine is not that gray. It's more of a tealy color than it is gray. Because this is the piece that I got. Whoops, hold on, I lost my list. When I ordered it online, this is what I got. So I'm going with it, peeps. I'm going with it. And I got the back end of a horse. So it just got the horse butt. That's it. And I've worked on this about 2 times, I think. But it is it's gray and green. I was hoping it was going to be more grays than it is, but I'm good with it. At first it bothered me, now I'm fine with it. It's still going to look like a haunting hollow piece, because you can see on here it's mostly, their ponted here was grays. But who knows? It could be this greeny gray and you just can't see it in the photo. So, number 14, Four Seasons Band Sampler. Again, I'm going to pull this out of the sleeve I've got in. Again, this is a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I did not write what year. Let me see if this says it. Okay, so 2011. It was in several. Hi, sweetie. You want to come up? You want to come up? Paisley. Oh, I got a visit. Paisley. She came up and touched me. She wants attention. Paisley. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Come here. Come here. Everybody wants to see your adorable face. Come here. Mia. Mia. She won't let me pick her up because Mia came and she's like freaked out over Mia. Here we go. Here we go. Stand up and let everybody see you. She is being difficult. There's my Paisley. Here she is. There's my love. She's like, Mia's on the floor threatening me. Mia's not on the floor threatening you, sweetie. She don't even care where you're at. See? She don't care. It's okay. You want to get back down? Whoop, 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 whoop. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I thought I could get her to get up here and be happy, but Mia come running in because she's jealous. This was one from 2011, Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's called Four Seasons Band Sampler. This is it here. It has 4 seasons on it, and it has specialty stitches throughout, and they're just so pretty. I love doing the specialty stitches and learning how to do new stitches, and they're not hard at all. Gives you full instructions in each issue of the magazine. There's full instructions on how to complete it, and I am on the 3rd season with this, and this is where I'm at. Hold it back so you can see it. So I'm all the way down. You can see I finished off the 3rd season, I believe, and I have to do the band underneath it. I'm going to pull it up close for you. There's spring, and all of these things are specialty stitches. So you have 1/1 stitches. You have satin stitches in the flowers right here. You have, trying to see if I can see them. This is all a specialty stitch, and I can't remember the stitches, but they're just so pretty. So you got spring, summer with the bees, and then fall with the squirrels and the nuts, and now I'm down to that band. So that band I have to complete. But this is so cute. Again, I would love to have this done before the end of the year. I don't know if that's going to happen. I gotta move my pile over because it's getting to be big here. So that was number 14, and I have to put that back in before the papers end up falling on the floor and end up all over, because I have it all printed out. There we go. So number 15, Map of Hop Run Hollow. This is from Carriage House Samplings. And again, this is an oldie. I have this started on October 1st, 2018. There it is there. And I have hardly put anything in it. I'm not sure why I don't pick this up, because it is so darn cute. I would love to do some other Hop Run Hollows, but I don't dare buy or start another one until I do this one. And so I've done very little on this one. It is being stitched on 36 count doubloon that I overdyed. So it wasn't dark enough for me, so I overdyed it. And so that's where I'm at. I put the bird in, I put a couple more trees in, I got the Hop Run Hollow running across, and that's as far as I've gotten. It's a big piece of fabric. There's a lot of stitching missing from this. I joined Hop Run Hollow Zoom call. I think I worked on it once or twice, excuse me, while on a Zoom call, and then haven't picked it up since. But I'm not giving up on it. I want to do it. I love the design. I just haven't gotten anywhere with it yet. So that was number 15. Number 16, I UFO'd, and then I changed my mind, and I pulled it back out. And it is the 2020 Linens and Threads Mystery Sow, which is this design right here. And the reason I pulled it back out is because I really want to get this done. The reason I stopped it and I UFO'd it was because it is with silk. It is with a Silks for You PR 111, which is a very beautiful green. And every time I work with the silks, my nails, my fingers would catch it. I have rough fingers and stuff from working in retail, and it would just irritate the heck out of me that I couldn't get it done. So I purchased these little finger covers, and next time I work on it, I'm going to put finger covers on my rough fingers that I stitch with, so, you know, these 3 probably, and see if that'll help so that I can stitch this, because I really do love it. It's on a green fabric. It is I think it's a 36. Hold on, I'm looking. What is it? It is a 40 count. I'm sorry, 40 count linen that I hand dyed this beautiful green, and it's really washing out in this picture. It's a little deeper than that, and I'm doing it 1/2, and I want to get it done. I love the greens. So I pulled it out. I pulled it right back out again and put it back in a project bag and added it back into my list because I want to get it done. I have plenty of the green to do it. I'm going to use the finger covers, and I'm going to hope that I can get it done. at some point. I don't know what point. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to get any of these done. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay, so my next one, which is going to be number 17, is Feed Your Soul. This is through Stitches Through the Years. This is on Etsy. And I started this, I'm losing my place here. Where's the piece of paper? I started this 8/29/2020. This is the pattern here. Beautiful little sampler, monotone colors, really pretty. Love the birds on it and the saying. And it says, flowers feed the soul. And it's got an alphabet at the top. So really love that. So I said, I need to start that. And I started that on 40 count linen, again, that I hand dyed myself. I'm doing it 1/2 with the called for DMC colors. And here's where it's at. Isn't that so pretty? Look at that alphabet. It's so dainty. I do struggle sometimes with doing 40 count over 40 count with one thread. And the reason I struggle is I love the feeling of my thread pulling through the linen or the bygone or whatever it is. And when you're using one thread, you can't feel it. I can't feel it. So I kind of almost want to over pull because I can't feel the drag. So I think that's why I hesitate on 40 count. Well, you'll see I have several things started that are 40 count that I have not completed because it's difficult, but I want to do it. So this is really pretty. And again, at some point it'll get done. I have another one of hers. Of course, I have that here too, which is like a cherry blossom. And I haven't even started that one yet, but I'm not going to start it until I finish Feed Your Soul. Okay, number 18. So this is something I've been working on all through the month of July. July is Christmas stitching, and I have 3 projects that I have been working on diligently to get finished. 2 are stockings, my son's and my husband's, and the other one is Christmas garden. Those are the 3 things that I'm trying to focus on in July to get them done. So this is my son's stocking, and the last time that I showed this, I was just at the antlers. And now I'm all the way down, working on the body of the deer. And I've got it all the way down. You can see that's the bottom of the post, which is the heel of the stocking. So just adorable. Love this. I haven't put his name in. I always do that last. I got some of the deer back stitched. I got all the birds back stitched and the squirrels. And I'm working my way down. So I definitely need to get these done before Christmas. So they are my focus piece. So, and this is what the pattern, I should have showed that first. This is what the pattern looks like. So I'm way down here. I'm working on his body right here and right in this area. And then I took the post all the way down. If you've watched Amy Loves Toads, she and I were both working on this one together. She's finished hers way before Christmas last year. I'm still working on mine. And I am going to get it done. I'm committed to get this one completed. This next one, which is number 19, is Rosequaker. Now, I have not shown this before because I started this on 5/5/2022. So this is like a new start and a WIP. And this is the pattern. It is by Stickendien van der Werenberg. And you purchase it online at her shop. Or you can go on the Silk app. There's an app called Silk, and you can download this from the Silk app. It is a beautiful piece done in DMC colors. And I have finished 5 motifs. I've done it right across the top. I am working on a 36 count winter moon, stitching 2/2 with the DMC. And that's where I'm at. I finished the top. And aren't the colors beautiful? It's just so dainty and feminine. I love it. So it's a big piece. It's got a lot of ways to go here. But I am enjoying doing it. Now when I started this, my plan was, and again, I don't follow any plans that I make, okay? If I say it, I don't do it. was to do one motif a week. And for the first, I think it's the first 3 weeks, I did one motif a week. I did great. And then I fell off the wagon because I got caught up in other things. But definitely want to get this completed. I need to get back on my one motif a week, which I will try to do in August after I finish my Christmas stitching in July and get my stockings done. Number 20 is, and this one's really close, Little House Neighborhood from Little House Needleworks. This is what it looks like. I don't know why it's falling out of the sleeve here. This is what it looks like. And I adore this pattern. I have changed quite a bit on this pattern. So if you look at the top row, you'll see women and squirrels and chickens. I've taken all that out. In the middle, you'll see sheep. I took those out. And then along the bottom, I'm not going to put the words. So my plan, and you'll see as I show it, I'm putting, I already stitched it. I stitched our last name across the bottom. In the center here, I put 2 cats. I found patterns for 2 cats, and I put them on there for my 2 cats that I own. Up top, I put a squirrel that was my own, not my own design, but another design that I found out of a book. And then I put my dog, my little wiener dog, and I have 2 spots left, and my plan is to put a bunny, because we have bunnies in the yard, so this all represents my house, and a deer, because we have deer in the yard. And this is what it looks like right now. There it is. So you can see I have my little wiener dog over here. I have a squirrel on this side. He is 1/1, the squirrel. So he's like really rinky dinky. I don't know if I can get him close enough for you to see. Hold on. He is like the rinkiest dinkiest little squirrel. Here he is. And I also did 1/1 for my pussycats. And I don't think I'm done with them. I'm going to personalize them. One of my cats is Paisley, which you just saw. She's a calico. And the other one is striped. So I'm going to figure out how to add stripes to this kitty here. And I might change some of the stitching in this one and add some white and orange, because she's white, orange, and black. Or I might just leave it. But those are my 2 1/1 kitty cats. You can see her tail's a little fluffier than Mia's tail, because Mia doesn't have long fur. She's a short-haired cat. So I'm almost done with this. I just need to pick out my deer and my bunny and get them stitched in here, and this will be completed. So I am so excited to get this done and hanging on my wall. And I thought it was funny because the house that's on the bottom, and I did it in the called for colors, is the color of my house. The middle one, the tall part of the building, is the color of my house. So, and my door will be red because we're going to paint the door red. So, love that. Almost done. Maybe in the next couple weeks I will get the other 2 in there and get them finished. Okay, so onward. Next one, which is number 21. We're almost there. 3 more left. Is called Flower of the Month. Now this is from a website that is by Ellen Maurer-Stroh. And she has these freebies that look like this. I know it's a horrible picture, but it's a flower for each month, a little flower block for each month. There's several people working on this. Sorry, I got dry throat again. Oh, that's so good. There are several people working on this, including Amy Loves Toads, and also someone brand new to me that I just started watching called Mouse Potato Designs, which is Felicia. She has an awesome video. She is just so animated and funny. Just love her. I've been kind of going back and watching from the beginning, but she is also doing this design. And I will tell you, I am stitching this design. Well, originally I started it on a 28, maybe it's a 32. It's a 32 count white even weave. And I was stitching 1/1, and I did a little bit of it, and I wasn't thrilled about it. So I went back, got another piece of even weave, 32 count, and I started doing it 2/2. So this is where it's at. And that's just the carnation, the first one. And after going that far, I decided I'd rather do it the 1/1. So I went back to my 1/1 and started going through it again. And again, I haven't finished the carnation yet, but this is my 1/1 on 32 count. And I think I'm very happy with it. And I'm going to continue it this way. If I only pick it up again. Because this has been sitting here for months and I have not touched it. But it's so cute. And what gets me to want to pick it up is every time I see someone else working on it. That's when I realize, when I see more flowers than just the one that's stitched, and they have 5 or 6 flowers, it is so pretty. So I will link that below. I will link anything that's not a paper pattern, I will link below the links to where to find them. But really a freebie pattern, just so gorgeous. And again, that's 32 count, antique white even weave. I'm doing it 1/1. The next one is my husband's stocking, which is the Christmas Sled stocking. This is a Dimensions kit. It is a Dimensions Gold. I've only been working on this since Christmas Day 2019. So going on 3 years. 3 years is way too long to get this done. And I will also tell you that I have some great news if you are a Dimensions kit stitcher. And I'm not going to share it right now. I'm going to share it next week. So if you stitch Dimensions kits and you really struggle with the paper patterns, you need to check me out next week. Because I'm going to give you a tip that will help you out greatly, that you will be thanking me for. Trust me. But anyway, this Dimensions kit, it is called Christmas Sled Stocking. It is a gorgeous kit. I am all the way down here to the toe. That's what I'm working on right now. I have not done hardly any of the back stitching on this piece. I'm doing just the stitching itself. I figure I'll go back afterwards and add his name and do all that. But this is where I'm at. So here's my church. That is the toe that's going to wrap around. And I'm going to be cutting it close because this is the end of the pattern right here. So I did leave a lot on the top, not a lot on the bottom. And the stitching on this side is going to come out and probably leave me about a ½ inch. Enough to finish. But it is beautiful. I absolutely love this. When you hold it back, even without the back stitching, it is gorgeous. And so that has been my focus for this month. I have been working on it every week along with my son's stocking. And number 23, my last thing, is my Christmas garden. It is Home for the Holidays book, Blackbird Designs. I'm sure everybody and their mother knows this pattern by now. Okay, everybody loves this. Lots of stitchers have stitched it. There it is. Mine's going to be a little different. I've done brighter colors, chose my own colors. It is being stitched on a 36 count doubloon, 2/2, and I am almost finished. Almost finished. There it is. I am working on that center design down the bottom middle. Once I get all that done, then I can put the words on. My problem is being, see, I'm working right in the middle there, working on this here, and then my problem being that I don't want mine to say Christmas garden. I want mine to say winter garden. And I cannot, I'm hunting for an alphabet, a cross-stitch alphabet that is very similar to Christmas garden, which is like an old English style, so that I can write winter garden on it instead. But it is just beautiful. It is bright. It is cheery. It is definitely the Christmas color tone. I just don't want it to say Christmas because I want to leave it out all year. And I already have Christmas stuff. You see up here, I've got my Christmas from Stony Creek that hangs in my bedroom when it's not Christmas time. And I would love to have this hanging out in the living room all year because my living room has reds and greens on the carpeting. So I am forever pushing to get this one completed as well. I would love all 3 of them to be finished by the end of July. I know that's not going to happen, but they are going to be done before Christmas. That is a fact. those are all my WIPs right now, as far as I know. Oh, I have one other that I'm aware of that I'm not going to share because it's a new start and a WIP. So I'll share that in the next video. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like seeing all of the WIPs and the things that I'm working on. It really ignites me to want to stitch on those things once you pull them out and you're talking about them and you're showing them. It really does give you that urge to get busy on them. Next week, I will try to shoot a video again on Wednesday, show you what I've been working on. I do have finishes. I have fully finishes. I have 1 or 2 WIPs. I might have more. If I get some more on these stitched, I will share them. I have some haul or acquisitions, as I like to say, because that's my other hobby, collecting. So I have some stuff to show there. Not a lot, but some. And maybe some other things. I got that tip I want to show you about dimensions. I'm sure there's other things. I don't have them in front of me. So thank you so much for watching. It hasn't been too long, 50 minutes. Hopefully it wasn't too much. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Take care. And I'll see you next time. Bye.